Good evening students. Till date we have completed electric charge and electric force. Today I will revise you first 2 minutes. So let us see first electric charge. Electric charge, already we have known electrostatics. This is the study of properties of electric charge at rest. Then electric charge, there are two types of charge, positive charge and negative charge, that is proton and electron. Already we have I taught this. Then what is a neutral object? If the net charge is 0, then that is called a neutral object. Then how to charge a neutral object? I have told you there are three methods of charging a neutral object: charging by friction, then charging by induction, and charging by conduction. This is charging by friction means charging by rubbing. Already we have discussed this. Then charging by induction, how to charge a object positively or negatively without touching. So you have to bring another, like suppose I have to charge this negatively, you should have like suppose you have to charge the object positively, object B, then you should have an object A which is negatively charged. Then polarization will take place, the negative charge will flow to earth and this will get positively charged. And third one is already we have discussed this question, how a charged comb can attract a neutral piece of paper. That takes place due to charging by induction or polarization. Then third method was charging by conduction. Charging by conduction means whenever you bring a charged object close to another object through a conducting wire, then automatically the charge will flow. That is called charging by conduction. Then the properties of electric charge, already we have discussed. Nature of force, that is similar charge repel and opposite charge attract. Then invariance of charge, that is the speed of an object is the charge of an object is independent of its speed. Then quantization of charge, that is the charge of electron 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. This is the smallest charge in the universe, and the charge of any other object is integral multiple of charge of electron, that is n is an integer. And already I had given you certain question also, like out of this which can be the charge of an object, like 4e can be the charge of an object. 5 by 2e, that cannot be the charge of an object, because 5 by 2 is 2.5 and electron cannot be subdivided. That is the smallest force. Then we have studied the electric force, that is Coulomb's law. If there are two charge Q1 and Q2 separated by distance r, then the force between them will be F is equal to K Q1 Q2 r square. This constant K is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. If there is vacuum between the two charge, the value of epsilon naught is 8.854 into 10 to the power minus 12 coulomb square by Newton meter square. And for vacuum, if you put the value of epsilon naught, the value of 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught becomes 9 into 10 to the power 9. The value of 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is 9 into 10 to the power 9 coulomb. Now if there is a medium in place of vacuum, then the force will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q1 Q2 by r square. This epsilon is the permittivity of this particular medium. Now relative permittivity means the permittivity of a medium is how much times the permittivity of vacuum, that is epsilon r is equal to epsilon by epsilon naught. Here epsilon is the permittivity of medium and epsilon naught is the permittivity of vacuum. Already I have taught this. Then the force can be written as 1 by 4 pi epsilon. In place of epsilon we can write down epsilon r into epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by r square. I had given you certain question also, how to define 1 coulomb charge in terms of force, then how to define relative permittivity in terms of force. In your homework already you have discussed this. Then this is the question, how to calculate the net force between multiple charge, that is the superposition principle. And of course this is the vector addition, already I have taught this. F vector, the force on Q1 due to Q2, Q3 and Q4 will be F12 vector plus F13 vector plus F14 vector. And already we have solved the question. Like I had given you a certain question. This was the question. There are three charge, 2 coulomb, 2 coulomb and 2 coulomb at the corner of a triangle, and at the centroid there is a charge 1 coulomb. Suppose what is the net force on this Q4? How to calculate this? First of all, each side of the triangle is 1 meter. So here this is your Q4 at the centroid. So whenever you want to calculate the force on Q4 due to Q1, you have to take this distance AO square. So what will be AO? First of all, you have to calculate. So we know that the height of a triangle is root 3 by 2 times A. So your A is 1 meter. So root 3 by 2 times into 1, root 3 by 2 meter. This is the whole this A to D. This is root 3 by 2 meter. So what will be AO then? We know that the centroid divides this by 2 in the ratio 2:1. So out of the 3 part, 2 part is your AO. So what will be AO then? 2 by 3 times AD. AD is your root 3 by 2. So 2 by 3 into root 3 by 2. So it will be 1 by root 3. So your AO, BO and CO, this will be 1 by root 3 meter each. Now force on Q4 due to Q1. This will be 9 into 10 to the power 9. This is the value of 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Q1 is your 2 coulomb, Q4 is your 1 coulomb. 1 into 2 by 1 by root 3. 1 by root 3 square. There is r square, so this will be 1 by 3. So this is 54 into 10 to the power 5 Newton. What will be the direction of this force? This Q1 will repel Q4. So this is the direction of F14 vector. That is, you can write down 14 or 41. It depends upon you. You should know that here we have used 41. So this is 41. Force on Q4 due to Q1. This will be the direction. Similarly, force on Q4 due to this B. Again, it will be the distance is same. So it will be also 54 into 10 to the power 9 Newton. The direction will be here. Q2 will repel Q4 towards this. This is the direction of F42. Force on Q4 due to Q2. Similarly, force on Q4 due to Q3 will be same. This will be the direction F43 vector. So we have 3 forces. Each of the force is 54 into 10 to the power 9, and these are the direction. Now by using superposition principle, we have to add these 3 forces. So how to add? First of all, here what will be this angle? We know that from the property of equilateral, this will be 120 degree. So if we add F43 and F42, so 54 into 10 to the 9 square a square, you have to use triangle law of factorization. Here this will be cos 120 degree, the value is minus half. So this 2 and half cancel, this will be minus, so minus. So 54 into 10 to the power 9 Newton. Along what will be the direction? We are adding this vector and this vector, so the direction will be in between them, because the magnitude of both the force are equal, and this is also 54 into 10 to the power 9 Newton. So when you add this force with this force, this is also 54 into 10 to the power 9. So what will be the net force? It will be 0. This is how to calculate the force on a charge at the centroid. Similarly, these are the 2 questions. You have to calculate the net force at the on the charge Q5 at the center, and this is I have to calculate the force on Q1. I will give this question and you have to solve this. So for today this, tomorrow we will study electric field. Thank you.